This is your body weight workout. It can be done anywhere and adapted to any time and space constraint. So let's get started. You have no excuses. We're gonna start with a back lunge knee lift. Hands are on your hips. Step your leg back. Let's begin. Lower down, lift up, and pull that knee forward. Lower and lift. So you wanna make sure that front knee is back. And you're getting nice and low, so the back knee comes just a few inches off the ground. It doesn't have to go so low that it taps. And then I'm driving my belly in to lift through the knee, pushing through that standing foot. And lift. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're just going to switch to the other side, 15 reps again. So step back, lower down, and lift. Notice how my body is fairly upright. My shoulders are on my back, elbows are wide, so that I'm not hanging into it. I'm still working the full body, the full core here. Finding my breath. You can take the pace a little slower for yourself until you begin to build the stability of the muscles that create that length. If you're feeling shaky, you lift up, right? Nice and slow. Good. We have 3 left. 2. Last one. Come on up. So let's do a side lunge now. Lunge to the side, hands are on your hips, and then come up and just lift the knee again. Down, knee is back, and lift. And lift. Even as I lunge to the side, you can see my spine is strong. The muscles around it are very strong, and my spine is lengthened. So the core is drawing in and up instead of hanging down into it. As I mentioned before, I love lateral movements because you're working different parts of the body. You have 2 left. So we're working the side glutes here. Last one. We're gonna go to the other side. So step and lunge, hips back, and lift. Again, take this at your own pace. If you feel like you can be safe and take it a little faster, you can go a little faster than I can. Sit down nice and deep, and then lift up off. Down and off. So I can feel all 3 muscle groups of my glutes working. My back, I'm sculpting a nice tiny waist through this. My legs, my hamstrings. This leg presses off and lifts. We give you full body workouts here with each exercise. Here's 3 more. 2. Woo, there I go with my stability. Last one. Good. See, that may happen sometimes. Okay, I want you to come down. We're gonna do some push-ups. So, hands underneath your shoulders. This time you're gonna turn your fingers in slightly, and then you're gonna come back to the tops of your thighs. And your option here is if your core is strong, you can lift up to a plank, or you can take modification. I'm gonna show you both. Let's start 15 reps. Belly is in, tailbone is tucked, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now, I want you to watch form. Try not to dip the hips as we're going, right? You're just hurting the shoulders. Core is nice and strong, and as much as I press into my fingertips, I'm pushing into my toes and lifting my core to help me. 5, 4, neck is long, spine is long. 3, 2, 1. Great work. You're gonna take your legs forward. We're not gonna forget those triceps, so just work the biceps. So, hands behind you and your fingers face forward towards your glutes. Feet are close to you. You're gonna lift your hips up nice and high. And then we're gonna start our triceps. So bend the elbows and lift. Try not to let the butt sink. That stays the same, like a plank, a reverse plank. And lift. Now, if your shoulders and your chest are tight, you can see how balance is important in the body. You'll only be able to do tiny little presses. And that's fine for right now because this is working on opening through the chest. Here's 3, here's 2, here's 1. Great work. Last thing, we're gonna do side plank. So, Come on down to your forearm. Hand will be towards me. Press down into your elbow, soft bend in your knees to come up. Your modification is to drop. Let's take the top leg this time, something a little different, okay? And then we're gonna lower the hips and lift for 15. Lift. A lot of lateral body here, working through the side waist. This is your other option. Feet are stacked, pushing into the floor with my arm, lifting up out of my shoulder. Now, even though I'm working the lateral body, I'm still driving in the front body, tucking down the tailbone. 2 and 1, and come down. Other side. Come down to your forearm. Soft bend in your knees. Watch, the body just gets long as you lift. Option is that top foot down. We'll start here for 15, 15, 14, other level. So you're really pushing through the bottom leg. I can feel it all the way up through my side glute to help power and strength. You're sculpting a nice, beautiful body. 2 and 1. Great, now come down. Let's add a plank in, 15 reps, and we're gonna do leg lifts. So, I want you to come down to your forearms. Again, modified plank. You'll lengthen one leg or you'll tuck the toes and lift up. Let's start. Lift one leg, little leg lifts. Flex that back foot. Spine is long, shoulders are down. You can see, I find those corrections in myself. You'll see what feels good, and it should probably be challenging as well. 3, 2, 1, and switch. 15. Good job. Now find your breath. Nice slow breath, finding the peace in the movement. Enjoying the process. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let's come down. We'll do some core work here, so turn yourself around, and you'll gently roll all the way down. Take your legs up to the sky. You can keep your head down for a moment, and then reach your hands up towards your feet. If your hamstrings are tight, just take a soft bend, but really try and lengthen through the legs. I want your quadriceps engaged as well. And then we're just gonna reach to opposite foot. So lift up and lift. Lift and lift. There's that little twist through, so outside the foot. Really try and keep the feet too over the hips instead of pulling them towards you. You want to lift up towards it. Good. Last one each side. Now draw your knees into your chest. Take a little break, and then we're going to lift the legs back up to the sky. One modification here is to take your hands underneath your hips. Otherwise, we're going to take our hands behind our head and lift our head, neck, and shoulders. Now, you keep your head up. You can see my back is touching the floor. I want you to lower and lift. Lower and lift. Incorrect? Oh, there's so much stress in my back when I do that, right? So the head stays nice and high. You can lower down to the point that you can keep that back on the floor. Down and lift. And the other modification is just head down. Almost done here. 5, maybe go a little lower. 4, really pulling in that core. 3, 2, and 1. Drive your knees into your chest. Come up to seated position. Great job. I'll see you next time. Welcome to your stretch session. Walk to the front of your mat, feet hip distance. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky, lengthen from your heels all the way up to your fingertips, but draw the shoulder blades down, interlace your fingers, press the palms up to the sky. Look up, inhale, lengthen through the torso, and then exhale. We're gonna fold from the hips, take a soft bend in your knees all the way down. Step your right foot back and keep the leg nice and long. We're going to stretch through the front quadricep up into the hip flexors here. So really lengthen through and lift up through the hamstring. Now let's add a twist to this. So reach your same hand as leg down. We're going to twist up towards the front leg. reach up off of the bottom hand, pull in through your torso, take a nice big twist, and then exhale, hand down. Let's move into our hamstring stretch. All you're gonna do is push back into the back leg, drop down, try and lengthen through the spine to feel a stretch from your toes all the way to the crown of your head. Let's try the other side. So step forward, step the opposite leg back. It's gonna stay nice and long. Lengthen, feel like you're pressing the hamstring up to the sky. Inhale, same hand as leg down, twist. Take another big inhale, lengthen through the back, shoulders are down the back. Exhale, release the hand. Our hamstring stretch is next. So press the hips back, drop and lengthen through the torso. On your next inhale, step forward. And then we're gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time, starting from the core, letting the head be heavy. Reach the hands back up to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Add your stretch session to the end of every workout for flexibility and balance.